Hey everybody, Chris here. Yeah, with cryptos down another day, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all down. A lot of talk on Twitter about crash and market crash, and this isn't a crash. We had crashes last summer with the Terra Luna, Celsius, Voyager thing. That was a big crash. FTX in November, that was a crash. But this isn't a crash. This is a downturn, and we're going to talk about when we may see recovery here in this video. Also going to catch you up on some of the latest news that's going on, as well as what's going on with Do Kwon, speaking of Terra Luna, and his release from jail in Montenegro. We'll cover that as well. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you can be notified when my new videos come out. And always appreciate a like and a comment as well. Get some interaction going on these videos. So let's get into it. What's going on with the markets? Well, we have another red day. I'll show you on the charts. Bitcoin down 7 consecutive days in the red. That hasn't happened since last summer in June. That was with the whole Voyager Celsius thing. I'll show you that on the charts. And yeah, well, this was expected. If you saw my video yesterday, you know we got this head and shoulders pattern, and after that we see a downturn, and it is following that exact pattern. So, you know, the patterns happen a lot of times on the charts, and we know that with this decreased liquidity now that's happening in the crypto market with market makers pulling out of the United States, that is having a big effect as well. And then we have this sort of overarching fear of the US debt crisis and whether this debt ceiling is going to be raised or not. A lot of politics involved between Republicans and Democrats and how that's going to get solved. Always been solved every other year. So probably go down right to the last minute and then something will happen because we can't default on our debts. We just can't do that. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the charts and the news, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. So we'll start here with the Do Kwon news. This is hot off the presses, so to speak. Do Kwon set to be released after a Montenegro court accepts $436,000 in bail, according to the local press. That's 400,000 euro. And I tweeted out this morning this. If you don't follow me on Twitter, please do at ChrisPax. And so Montenegro going to release Do Kwon from jail? Maybe they just want to keep the 400,000, knowing he's going to flee the country. So good news for Montenegro, bad news for all of us. We know that Do Kwon's got money sitting in wallets all over the place. So we'll see how this all plays out. But kind of interesting that they would that they would take. I don't know. That's just kind of crazy. What is going on? Bitcoin price prediction. Bitcoin slides 10%, is 25,000 key price level to watch. Well, this is what we were looking at yesterday on the Bitcoin chart. This is on the daily, and we've got 25,250 is this yellow line here. That was resistance back here in February, broke through in March, and then we've got this big head and shoulders pattern. This is what we charted yesterday, that Bitcoin most likely was going to come down and retest 25,250. And this is the 7th consecutive daily red candle on the Bitcoin chart. And it is following that pattern to a T. Does that mean it's going to continue all the way down to 25.2? Maybe. Sometimes these don't completely play out, but right now it is following that script. These 7 red candles here, daily red candles, that hasn't happened since, if we pull this all the way back to last summer, that is the last time that we had this kind of pattern. And this was back in June. First there was the Terra Luna crash, but that was only 5 red candles consecutive, but this was 8 red candles. And this is when Bitcoin came all the way down to what we thought was going to be the bottom at 17.7. Bitcoin ended up going down a little lower than that in November, but that was bad. 8 consecutive red candles, and right now we're sitting on 7, and that would be an 8th to sort of close out this head and shoulders pattern. So that could be a target. You know what's been holding up pretty well is Dogecoin. Yeah, Dogecoin doesn't have 7 consecutive. It had 3, then 2 green candles, followed by the current 2 red. So Dogecoin has not dropped as much. Of course, early April, we saw this big jump in Doge, followed by another jump here later in April. A lot of excitement on Doge, and it kind of sells off at a bigger percentage when it trades like that. But right now, 7 cents seems to be a very solid support for Doge. Dipped below a couple times here last couple of days, but is holding up fairly well. So Bitcoin falls to 2-month low. Pepe, this seems to be a lot of people are talking about, but now it's down 70% from its peak. We were talking about that on the Pepe chart. We go to the 4-hour chart here and we look at Pepe and how Pepe is trading. And this is what we thought was going to happen, and it's playing out exactly, continues to bleed out as people are profit taking. A lot of people sitting up in this range though, that are now bag holders. You got to be careful with these tokens. I've been tweeting about the Ben token too. This big boy crypto, Ben Armstrong, is now going to take over the project from Ben.eth, and it's going to play out just like this, most likely. That's just how these tokens go. There'll be probably a little bit of jump in price because of BitBoy, but the token doesn't do anything. And Ben has not run a project like this before, and him getting involved into a token, it's like, and even George at Cryptos R Us the other night said that he might make a George token. And I'm just like, what do we do? What do we do, people? Bitcoin enters 26,000 paradise, Cointelegraph says, as BTC price approaches 2-month lows, now retesting a key 200-week moving average after holding it as support since March. And if that head and shoulders pattern plays out, it will drop below its 200-week moving average, but could bounce at 25.2 if it plays out like that. So the crypto market turmoil, here's how much Ethereum could drop. Ethereum is certainly getting a lot of attention because it now appears to be deflationary, and it doesn't look like there is going to be minting or increase of new tokens according to how the burn of Ethereum is playing out. So mid 1500s area is a level of interest in the previous range that we see with ETH, and don't think we see ETH getting much lower unless Bitcoin nukes back down to the low 20s. So with the Ethereum chart, just wanted to check that. So I bought into more Ethereum here at 1800, thinking that was a good support line that we had seen for ETH back on May 1st, as well as earlier back in late April. So that looked like a good solid support line. So when ETH revisited that, I bought some more Ethereum, have that now staked with my other ETH supporting the Ethereum network. So I think pretty good about that. A little bit down on that now, but I'd have been a lot further down if I hadn't sold the Jasmy and sold the Gala. Here's Jasmy now, continuing down 0.0047 now, making a little recovery from its low here at 444. The falling knife of Jasmy because of its designation by Binance into the innovation zone. Not good for Jasmy. We'll see how that recovers. And then Gala still has its upcoming conversion of V1 tokens to V2 tokens, and a lot of people sold off, just not wanting to deal with airdrops and whether it would work on what wallets or what exchanges. So I was telling you guys about that as well. So that's a little bit about what's going on in that front. We do have, now we've got the sponge. Everyone's making these meme tokens now. And so Pepe goes down. Now we got these other tokens go up. They don't do anything. People are just, this is a money grab, people. And if you're not in on day 1 or day 2, and you don't know the devs are not involved, you're most likely not going to make money on these. Might make a little bit, might be able to scalp. You don't know what the high is going to be. You don't know how it's going to dump. You don't know how the smart contracts are made, whether they can honeypot and keep people from selling or selling only a small portion. All of this stuff. It's gambling, and I hate this part of cryptocurrency. Of course, I was involved before, and certainly do kind of regret all of that in the past, because it's just not good for cryptocurrency to continue like this. So that's why I got out. I just didn't want anything else to do with it. That's pretty tough. Now on Twitter, we do have this announcement that Elon is going to step down as CEO. He's going to maintain a CTO, Chief Technology Officer position, of course, be on the executive board. Rumors are that Linda Yaccarino could be the likely new Twitter CEO, and a lot of crypto Twitter sleuths have been diving into who Linda Yaccarino is, and she is currently the head of advertising at media conglomerate NBC Universal. So it looks like Elon is going to concentrate more on the advertising side of things so that Twitter can make money, which, as a business, that is a good goal to have, doing that. But what this means going forward with Elon, he still will be involved in what Twitter is doing, but stepping away from a lot of those CEO roles and bringing someone in who probably has some good experience here. She's involved in some other things like the World Economic Forum and things like that a lot of people are questioning, and other kind of left-wing ideologies that might not sit well with the current Twitter direction, more like what the previous Twitter leadership was doing. We'll see how all of that plays out. So yeah, exciting news about Twitter and what Elon Musk's next plans are. He doesn't need to be the CEO. He's got so many other things to do. Certainly Tesla fans were happy with that announcement, because Tesla's stock price goes up when Elon can finally turn some of his attention back to Tesla. So he's also got the Boring Company and SpaceX, a lot going on with Elon. And if he's just the CTO of Twitter, does that mean he will spend more time working on integration of a payment system? Could that include Dogecoin or some sort of onboard Twitter-like coin that can be used for payments, tips, purchasing merch? All sorts of things can happen on this platform. Will it become X.com kind of thing, or will it remain the Twitter brand? All of that, questions to be looked at later. But knowing Elon, there's going to be some sort of cryptocurrency integration of some type. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this crash or downturn in the crypto market, and what you think about Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and others. Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.